Welcome to INS, the International News Service, your source for the most important weird news from across the globe. With news analyst Kevin Harrison, actor, comedian, and musician Mike Wiebe, and professional commentator Brian Camp. INS, the news you need.
Is it easy for you to decide that eating's not that important while you're doing a task? Is that what happens? Like,
yeah, like I'm busy.
Are you putting it off? You're like, it's 12:30, I should eat, but I don't really feel like stopping this to go eat, so I'm just going to keep going.
There's that a lot too. And if I have enough alpha brain monkey mind sludge, which is it's a special it's a smoothie that I make.
Yeah,
I'm so used to it, and I'm just like I'm gonna have time to make my smoothie, and sometimes I just misjudge time because you have to undo the urraca root to put into the smoothie because the outside is poisonous, and you have to shuck it, I guess, of sorts.
Right. That sounds like a really good product to market to meatheads.
The urraca root,
something that if it's prepared incorrectly could kill you. That's.
I mean, there's labels. I mean, it's on the label.
Well,
it's not going to kill you. It's just going to make you, have front and back diarrhea.
What is front diarrhea?
Front diarrhea is interesting.
It's diarrhea, but it comes out your front.
Right.
What is the substance?
Look, it's all on the label. If you don't, if you're not careful about how you're making your mind sludge, then it's not a concoction for babies.
And to be fair, you're just the ideas guy. I mean, there's eggheads back in the lab that you could call up to answer these questions, but
so not for babies. What is the age range?
Like 3 to 93.
That's good.
That's it's expansive.
I mean, but who's letting a 3-year-old use a power blender?
Well, apparently you are. If it's 3 to 93.
If you want your 3-year-old to be jacked, then yeah.
No, that's true, but I just don't think that, to me, it's a non-issue. I don't think that any kids can afford a monkey mulcher, which is the special blender that we sell.
I say a monkey mulcher?
Yeah, it's called a monkey mulcher.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of set up to where basically it's a cup and you screw the blend part on the knives on there, and then you put it upside down on the monkey mulcher. But the monkey mulcher looks like an ape's open mouth, and then the knives are made to look like tongues. So it's fun, It's just like a fun thing,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the most powerful mulch meal makers on the market.
That sounds like a whole category of food products.
Yeah.
And when you say monkey mulcher, that's the design. Just want to make sure, are you mulching monkeys? And
I mean, listen, no, I'm not. Absolutely not. I don't, but I will say the monkey mulcher could literally, it could cut through bone if it needed to. It could cut through knuckle. It could cut through grind. I mean, this is a blender like you've never seen before.
What about a tail? Would it get a tail?
A tail would be liquid in minutes.
So New World and Old World.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great. I don't know. Like, you don't have to just make monkey mulch with it. You don't have to make mind mulch. You can make anything with, and it is, it's gas powered. It sits right there on your kitchen, and it's gas powered. You're not going to be wasting any energy doing that. It's rolling. You're rolling coal like an alpha male should.
Wait, gas or coal?
Well, coal comes from gas. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing gasoline, coal, it's related.
The monkey mulcher is coal fired.
No, but when people say like you're rolling coal, that means like you have you have a thing that puts out smoke, like a
smokestack,
like a fire.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to tell you guys this big news. We're offering a special deal for INS listeners where you just got to type in INS Monkey Mind, and you are going to get 9% off an order of $362 or more.
Do we have to purchase a domain name? Is that is this
No,
what
you
this
don't.
is leading to?
No. I mean, and I ask. You don't have to, but ask us. Give us, smash, that like button and subscribe, and give us 4-star reviews on Amazon. I'd appreciate that. But
Right. I want to go back to this product. So I want to make sure I understand completely what's happening.
Okay.
yeah. Like, let me describe it. It looks like the head of a monkey, and the mouth is open.
Okay.
And then you put up the tube. We call it the feed tube. You put the stuff in the feed tube, and then you screw the bladed tongues onto the feed tube. Then you put that upside down into the monkey's mouth. And then you push down, and it blends it up. But then when it blends it up, the monkey's eyes glow red. And we added a little speaker on there that goes.
Oh yeah.
Usually you just get that loud, blender whir.
Mm-hmm.
That's annoying. Yes, it's annoying. Unfortunately you can't mulch up, food without that loud noise. It's going to be loud. But we decided to have fun with it. Make it sound like it's a monkey, that it's the actual sound of a silverback gorilla yelling a mating call out through the world.
Wow. That's
a violent mating call.
The soothing sounds of a screaming monkey.
I don't know that it's not supposed to be soothing. It's supposed to be, blood curdling and get your you're not making this stuff to go to bed. You're not gonna be blending anything up to go to bed.
Does it feel like your mulcher is issuing a challenge to you?
Yes. Can you drink this? Yeah. Are you man enough?
All right.
Or woman enough? Because listen,
very enlightened.
You can be a man and be a woman. And yes, it's a challenge, and I do think that it is nice that all INS listeners have the opportunity to get that special deal.
Now, this monkey mulcher that looks like a monkey, it's mechanical, right? I mean, there are no monkeys were harmed in the making.
No. I don't even know where you would get a monkey.
Well, it seems that
short notice.
When did you make these?
I designed it, and other people manufacture them in his fucking factory.
What country is that factory?
Yeah, here we go.
You can't. I wish I could afford the technicians that could do.
This is more Chinese ties.
No,
I mean, we don't have monkeys in the United States, so clearly the factory is not here.
I have a guy that takes care of a lot of this manufacturing stuff. I'm mostly involved on the marketing side, on the design side, on the coming up with delicious recipes for
product development
type stuff. And so it's we're a huge multinational company that ships out everywhere. It's one of the arms of the Alpha Brain Monkey Mindset company, and we have a lot of products. And if I guarantee you there's a lot of ins and outs about your taxes that you don't know about, that you don't, do you do your taxes? Do you do your own taxes?
I don't pay taxes to the Chinese government. I know that.
Well, I don't either. I don't either.
I can tell you that no monkeys were harmed in the doing or paying of my taxes.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I can tell you that with my taxes too.
I couldn't choose to grind up a monkey with my taxes.
I'm not this. We don't. It's the monkey part is fun. You guys are getting really hung up on the monkey part. It's like,
are we getting hung up on the screaming monkey blender?
It's fun. It's fun. You've seen like a beer. Like a beer bottle opener. When you pull it, there's a little thing in there that makes it go belch,
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I like a boring beer bottle opener. It needs to be connected to an old rusty thing, but instead we made a beer bottle opener that when you click it, you're a monkey go, "Rah-la!"
Well, how does that go? I just want to make sure I hear that.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's not, nobody's a real monkey involved in this. Although we have been studying the idea of the humanzee, which is a monkey combined with the but nonetheless, that's
when you say studying, what do you mean?
Listening to YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that I mean, could you imagine though if a monkey had the intelligence of a human? And essentially, that's what the alpha brain monkey mindset is creating. We're evolving humanity where we're strong, we're as fast, we're as quick, but we have the minds of people that can, do everything that humans have achieved, like understand sports and
that's a huge achievement for the human race.
And understand sports.
Yeah.
Know how to find good dispensaries to expand our consciousnesses.
Hey, Mike. Have you seen Planet of the Apes?
Planet of the Apes. Who's in that one?
Well, Mark Wahlberg's in the good one.
I've seen a lot of good Mark Wahlberg movies for sure.
I'm sure he's on the list of celebrity endorsers, future celebrity endorsers for.
He's one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Two Guns, Transformers, The Fallen Knight.
Oh, was he? I think he was in that one, wasn't he?
He's in a couple Transformers.
Oh,
he has the titular line like, "Hey, it's a Transformer." Optimus Prime. He's a Transformer. You've seen it. You know it.
Yeah. It's uncanny how much you sound like Mark Wahlberg. I think the movie might serve as a cautionary tale for you in developing
Transformers.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, probably. If you're developing machinery out of monkey carcass to grind up other monkey carcasses.
Right.
Well, I don't know that happens in Transformers.
Well, I mean, I think the machine itself.
I can see that. You know what? In the wrong hands, I could see the monkey mulcher becoming a Decepticon.
True.
It definitely looks like a Decepticon.
Yeah. Just with that scream.
A Beast Wars era.
Oh, for sure.
So you guys ready to get started here?
Oh, with what?
I don't know if you know this, but the Transformers haven't been news in years. Since Mark Wahlberg ruined the franchise. Stand
by, because there might be some real Transformers news coming out of Jakarta this week.
Transformer. I'm a Transformer.
It's like you're saying Transformer.
Welcome to the International News Service. We're your hosts. I'm Kevin Harrison, along with...
I am Brian Camp.
I'm Mike Weeberg. Mikey Mike Wiebe. That's what they call me.
And who's that over there?
No one.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Ryan's.
Yeah. He's abandoned us again.
Yeah, he's out probably at a Comic-Con looking at new Transformers action figures.
Yeah. What makes it hard is that he swore to us that he would be here this week. He really went out of his way to promise us, and we fell for it again, guys.
Yeah,
I
know.
Like real suckers.
You know who likes to pretend he's going to pull out the switchblade comb to comb his hair, but instead it's a real switchblade? Yeah. Stabs you between the ribs?
Shame on you. Fool me 398 times. Yeah. Shame on me.
So our first story comes to us from the Arizona Republic.
But Arizona is a state.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Was there a coup?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it happened. I guess I just turned off the news last January a little too quickly.
So Arizona is now to Arizona listeners, here we are again, an international news service.
Yep.
One more country to add to the globe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Since their invention in 1948, Cheetos have been one of the most consistently popular snacks in history. And not just for humans.
Monkeys?
Not in this story.
I bet so, though.
Wonder what Cheetos would taste like blended up with oat milk.
The stomach of a monkey?
No, you don't put any actual monkey. It's just like the bit, you know?
You called it a monkey mulcher.
And
then you know what a monkey screaming sounds like. That leads me to believe that you are mulching monkeys.
Yeah, he's got a point.
If you had a microwave that had Darth Vader's face on the side of it, and it was called Darth Wave, you wouldn't think that it was killing Darth Vader. It was just Darth Vader endorsing, or a trash can that's shaped like R2-D2, and you push a thing and R2-D2's heads come up, and you're not putting trash in R2-D2.
I mean, you kind of
are. You're not implying that you're putting stuff in. It's for fun. It's a
is the Darth Wave marketed as a product that could kill Darth Vader?
I mean, a microwave could kill anybody if it's big enough.
Specifically Darth Vader, though.
Listen, I don't. He's fictional. Like, I don't. Monkeys are real.
Some monkeys are fictional,
and you can really kill monkeys with the monkey mulcher.
It would be a monkey would fight you off. There's no way. A monkey's stronger than you. You try shoving a monkey's hand.
Well, our one advantage, Mike, would be that we have tools like the monkey mulcher.
Yeah, but there's no tool to assist putting people's arms into the monkey mulcher. That doesn't exist.
No, it sounds like you're mulching people.
It's
just become a different issue now.
So anyway, back to the news. Late at night in early April, a javelina. So javelinas are also known as skunk pigs or peccaries, and they look like wild pigs, but they're distantly related to pigs.
I thought peccaries were them South American rodents.
I think you're thinking capybaras.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
One time I got called a peccary wood.
Anyway, a wild javelina jumped into a Subaru's open hatchback in Yavapai County, Arizona, after it was tempted by the scent of an open bag of Cheetos. Unfortunately, the javelina couldn't figure out how to exit the Subaru and bumped into the button that closed the hatchback. It locked itself inside and then began to panic. According to a sheriff's report, the javelina, quote, knocked the vehicle into neutral, which caused it to roll out of the driveway and across the street until stopping under some trees. A deputy appeared on the scene and opened the hatchback, allowing the javelina to escape. The report said, quote, the javelina tore off a portion of the dashboard and the passenger door interior, but the sheriff's department summed up its report by stating, quote, can you blame him? Who doesn't love a midnight Cheeto snack?
That sounds like the worst thing to eat at midnight. I would not want that at all, to wake up and eat a Cheeto.
You were just lamenting snacking like that.
Well, yeah, for real. I'm trying to get in shape. But even if I wasn't, I don't think that, midnight snack implies that you already had some sleep. You're just kind of like woke up in a weird, hungry mood.
A midnight snack is a plate of fried chicken that's for some reason uncovered in the fridge.
Yes, yes.
That's a good midnight snack.
Or 3 bites out of an apple.
Yeah, right.
What do you do with the apple then?
Put it back in the fridge. It's fine. It'll make it till the morning. It's going to be fine.
A perfectly sliced piece of cake waiting for you on a plate uncovered in the fridge.
Is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 scoop of ice cream.
A ham hock.
Yeah, just a giant ham hock.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't a ham hock pretty big?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't eat the whole thing. You just eat a couple bites of it.
Oh, like the dog on Tom and Jerry.
A string of Frankfurters would be a great snack, too.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just describing things they ate in cartoons and we were kids.
An uncooked fish that you simply lower into your mouth and pull out just bones.
Yes. A cut of steak that you can knock the bone out of and place around your face and eat from the inside out.
Yes.
Eat the entire cut of steak.
Oh, I mean, just, a big glass of monkey mind mulch.
That's right. You just got mason jars of it.
You throw some chamomile in there.
Well, I'm sure the fur gets like caught in your teeth though, right, Mike?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's a strainer. We have the monkey mind strainer.
Oh, so there is fur in the mulch.
No, I'm talking like with like carrots and stuff are very stringy. I mean,
lots of fur on carrots.
Fur. Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you were to put something that actually had fur in the monkey mind mulcher, it would be death. I'm telling you, this thing is like no blender you guys have ever seen before. Talk about 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. I mean, this thing cooks. You're probably not going to want to mulch anything up at midnight if someone's asleep in the house because the monkey screams will probably wake them up.
Neighbors might call the police, right?
It's fairly frightening.
Just so I don't lose the memory, what is the sound again of the...
Similar to that.
Yeah.
Only amplified because it's got Bose speakers in it too. To really,
hell yeah. Does it come with a complimentary pair of Oakleys?
Listen, if you do the discount code INS Blades MM Mulch, and if you do that within the next 3 days, you will get a free pair of Oakley blades with them. Yeah, I think it's a good deal. But wait,
there's a javelina story happening.
Oh yeah, the javelina.
Oh no, the javelina story is done. We're ready to move on when you guys are.
Well, why didn't they kill it? What happened to the javelina? Is it dead?
It had a good Cheeto snack and got away. They opened up the trunk and it took off. The hatchback top.
I've always thought that Subaru owners were famous for their hatred of wildlife.
Yeah.
Isn't that their whole marketing campaign?
Yeah.
He's saying the Subaru itself was being used as a trap, but since the sheriff showed up before the owner, it got away.
Right. I mean, if you buy a Subaru, really, you want to feel casually superior to your neighbors. You don't want to actually use it to go out in the wild and do stuff.
You know who has a Subaru? Our producer, Mark Ryan.
Well.
That's right.
Speaking of people who want to feel smugly superior to everyone around them.
And who want to trap wild boar and kill them.
No, it's not a boar. It's not really related. It's a peccary.
They got him down around Big Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what else they have down around Big Ben for the INS foreign listeners? Not
Big
from
Ben,
foreign to
yes,
us.
they have Piccadilly Square and Jack the Ripper.
That's you were thinking of Big Ben, not Big Bend.
That's what you said. That's what you said.
Big Bend. Big Bend is the bendy portion at the lower left of Texas, where they have javelina and the vinegaroon.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, if those two ever teamed up, we'd be in trouble.
Could you imagine a vinegaroon riding atop a javelina?
Yeah. It's like an INS menagerie down there.
Yeah. You know what else I've heard down there? Bigfoot.
Well, sure they do.
You do not want to get a fucking javelina and a vinegaroon looking at you and yucking it up.
Yeah, what does javelina sound like when it's laughing at you?
I don't know. I can't do it. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I can't do a javelina. It sounds like Tim Allen. It sounds like Tim Allen.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You don't want Tim Allen laughing at you.
No, not at all. You don't want him fucking doing a coke deal with you either.
Speaking of Tim Allen, Kevin was talking about Tom Poston, who famously played the neighbor in that show.
No. Tom Poston was the Fix-It Man in Newhart.
Yeah, who later played the neighbor of Tim Allen in his sitcom.
No, that was somebody else.
It's probably the same guy.
Did they go down for drug charges too, though?
Is that why they canceled Newhart?
Yeah, they just did coke nonstop on that show.
Bet so.
Tim Allen's he snitched to the feds to get out of a coke bust.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why he's out and about.
Anyway, so our next story comes to us from KHOU CBS Channel 11 in Houston.
Houston. How?
April.
How?
Didn't they say KHU?
KHU.
Is that what they say?
Maybe.
I don't know. What do they call it? Do they have a weatherman that wears a bow tie?
It's Texas. I would say yes.
For the international listener, Houston is a city in Texas.
Pretty sure they've heard of Houston before.
Well, and for the international listener that lives in America,
maybe
if
Arizona,
you're in New York, they like to call it Houston.
That's so fucking annoying.
It's annoying.
They know what they're doing.
God,
like
damn
as though their street somehow rivals one of the 10 largest cities in the world.
Yeah,
a port of industry, a port of human achievement.
Yeah,
Houston's probably not even in the top 30 cities in the world.
Houston's up there, dude.
And in the U.S.
No, I think in the world, Houston's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico City's number one still, right?
Either there or Sao Paulo. I'm not sure which.
Or as you might say, numero uno.
And that, my friends, is why we are an international news service.
April 12th marked the 61st anniversary of the first manned space mission when Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin completed a single orbit of Earth in a mission lasting 1 hour and 48 minutes.
Oh, they won't shut up about it either. We get it. Get it. Who got to the moon first? Oh, that's right.
The Martians?
Well, I mean, Bigfoot, but still, America, as far as men, I'm just so sick of it. They're so fucking smug about killing a dog, in space.
That wasn't Yuri Gagarin. That was Laika.
They killed lots of those dogs, though, didn't they?
The Russians kill dogs constantly. It's one of their favorite games.
Right. They like to take their shirts off and just slaughter dogs.
Yeah, one of the most famous Russian games is called it roughly translates to cinder block toss at dog.
You know who doesn't do that are the good people of Russia who are frustrated with their current.
That's true. True. That's
good. There's good people there.
That's a game that's mostly oligarch driven.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, the shirtless thing, right? That's where that comes into play.
Well, yeah. But they're the ones that invented cinder block toss at dog.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely an oligarch game.
They don't want to get dog blood in their Louis Vuitton polos.
Yeah. Or their FUBU.
In order to commemorate this amazing achievement, a restaurant owner in Turkey has decided to send a kebab into space. The kebab was made out of minced lamb ribs wrapped around a steel pipe instead of skewers to keep it, quote, juicy. The man and a small crew placed the kebab on a styrofoam tray next to what looked like a pile of grilled onions and peppers.
Ooh,
This was then attached to a box containing GPS equipment and a GoPro camera that was aimed directly at the kebab. This was then tied to a high-altitude helium balloon and released into the atmosphere. The balloon flew for 3 hours, reaching an altitude between 22 and 25 miles, or between 35 and 40 kilometers, and then the balloon burst. So just, for the record, unfortunately, outer space is 62 miles or 100 kilometers above sea level. So it maybe got about a third of the way there.
Missed it by that much.
So is it 62 miles or 100 kilometers? Is that how far it is to escape Earth's gravitational pull, or is that how far it is to get out of, like, what level of atmosphere have you escaped at 62 miles?
I looked this up. I tried to look this up, and it seemed to be just an arbitrary determination at a certain point. Like,
okay,
if you ain't, here's my take on outer space. If you ain't in orbit, you ain't shit. If you ain't in orbit, you ain't shit.
I mean, that is.
I mean, whenever that you hear like, oh, fucking Jeff Bezos, he went to outer space. Okay, yeah, technically space. If you ain't in orbit, you ain't shit.
Did he not go into orbit?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, fuck. No. How does that count?
It doesn't.
He was not 62 miles or 100 kilometers above sea level.
Yeah, 100.
No, then you didn't go to space.
You didn't go to space. This is what happens when that's what happens. This country gives out participation trophies.
That's right.
That's right.
And you know who hoards them? Fucking Jeff Bezos.
Right.
Jeff Bezos probably went and bought a participation trophy.
Yeah. Call us when you accomplish something, Bezos.
Yeah. Go get your own precipitation trophy and put it on your wall. Probably bought his own precipitation trophy off of Amazon.
Yep.
And then had it shipped to himself and pay for it.
Yep.
He said, oh, charge it to the game.
Amazon recommends friend trophy.
And then he put his stupid fucking trophy with a little spaceship on it. He put it right next to his mantle, right next to, whatever, his fucking world's buffest dude trophy that he also got on there. And he said, look, I went to outer space. Oh, and I'm also the world's buffest dude.
Didn't he invest like a ton of money in research into like human aging and age-defying technology?
So, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's true. I think
it's a big deal. Right.
I mean, that's which I think all these billionaires fucking suck, but and should give. Listen, when I'm a billionaire, things are going to be way easier. I'm going to be a good one,
right?
I will say though, if you had like that much money, I would probably put some money into like age-defying, oil of Olay makeup. And, I do like the idea of trying to, make the human race grow longer. Clearly, they're doing it for themselves.
Right.
But nonetheless, there probably could be an advance where they which is crazy too, because if you want to do that, I don't know, invest money in the alpha brain monkey mindset. There's that stuff's been proven to delay aging.
Well, have you considered allowing anyone to study your amulet to see if they can't? Okay.
No.
Sorry, I brought it up. Just thought it'd be something to
So, the burst balloon and kebab then crashed into the sea, but these were later recovered by the team. The restaurant owner was undeterred by the setback and said, quote, "I am a person who always likes firsts, and I plan to have many other different projects. As I'm a kebab maker, my projects are always about kebab."
What you'd be good is a place, a Bill Murray themed place called What About Kebab?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
That is a good idea. I would eat there for sure. Why isn't there a truck called What About Kebab? Somebody's going to steal that idea, Mike.
Poor man's patent. If you start one, you got to give me 10% of your proceeds.
It would be a trademark.
Every month.
No, you could call it What About Kebab. I think you get away with that.
Yeah, you get away with that.
I was going to say, we've had a few stories out of Turkey and another place with perhaps not the current government without the greatest record on certain issues, but they've been very charming stories. The guy who found himself in the search party.
Yeah.
And I like somebody who wants to send food into space.
Yeah.
They do seem like really great people.
Yeah.
I mean, I dated somebody Turkish. It didn't go anywhere. But aside from that, good people.
Midnight Express.
Good people.
Another a tourist ad for Turkey, Midnight Express.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems a little wasteful in the food department, but
they might have eaten it, right? Oh no, crap! No, it was recovered.
Did they eat it? Did they eat it when they found it in the sea?
No, it had been chewed on by some fish, so it did feed some fish.
Okay,
yeah,
that's all right then.
God, imagine you're just a middle of the sea fish, and you're just kind of doing your thing, and then all of a sudden a delicious kebab. That's how religions start, like to that fish group.
The gods must be crazy.
Oh yeah,
they made like
Pepsi bottle?
5 sequels to that.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Is that the one with George Burns?
No, that's Oh God. The Gods Must Be Crazy is set in South Africa.
But
one was official.
Midnight Oil.
And then the other ones were made like super cheap in Hong Kong.
Oh. The Shaw Brothers.
They weren't Shaw Brothers movies, but yeah.
They weren't?
You sure?
Was it Golden Harvest?
That's what you call gathering the most important ingredient to your alpha brain monkey mindset.
Well, technically, a Golden Harvest is a liquid. It's after you've woke up in the morning and you have a special harvest that you make yourself.
Right. Well, look, Mark's going to yell at you about this. I'm not taking part in it.
No, I didn't say anything first off. I didn't bring it up. And then it got brought up. And as a journalist, I have to commentate on it. So
Commentate.
Commentate.
Oh, okay.
I love an unnecessary pause in a word.
I get tired sometimes in words.
Yeah, well.
There's too many syllables.
Too many words.
There's a lot. There's a ton at this point. I do think that What About Kebab is that's a
good idea.
Truck.
Yeah.
Right.
Could you put Bill Murray pictures up all over it?
No, you would need his permission to do that.
But you could do Dreyfuss, right?
He's an easygoing guy. Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss would be free. And Julie Haggerty.
Actually, it would be hilarious if you called it What About Kebab and then all the theme was Richard Dreyfuss. Something named after Mr. Holland's opus.
Yeah. What constitutes, because if I have my own food cart and I want to put up pictures inside my food cart of whatever, Anna Nicole Smith, that's not like a big deal.
It depends. So if you have you just have a wall of celebrity pictures, that's probably fine. But if you're implying that they were in your shop and they were,
what if it's a drawing of Bill Murray?
Say, if he seems to be endorsing your product, then it's a problem. But if he's just, I got my Bill Murray wall because I like Bill Murray, then you're probably all right.
What if it looks like Bill Murray opening his mouth and you have to walk up his tongue to get to the order food?
Yeah, that's probably not okay on Bill Murray's part, and maybe not okay on the customer's part. By the time this comes out, he'll be in the news for whatever he did to get that movie production shut down. So that'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know. We don't know yet.
We don't know what it is.
We do not know yet. I want to think that I want to have my fingers crossed and hope that it's nothing, that he just started cussing too much in public.
I want to think that he ate all of the snacks on the craft services table every day. And they couldn't. It put the film over budget.
I want to think that he was sneaking up behind people and biting them.
Right when we were having a real big Bill Murray renaissance a couple years ago,
right?
I tweeted, and this holds true. I tweeted, "We're all going to be really sad when Bill Murray commits suicide." And I think that's true. I still hold true to that.
It's a real bold prediction.
It's just, they're just going to be, and I'm not happy. I'll be sad for sure.
Right.
He seems like he's not, even when he's doing well, I kind of question how well he's doing.
He seems like someone whose every antic is just delaying the inevitable suicide.
So now that we're bringing this show down, how about we move to the next story?
Okay, I'm sure this one's lighthearted.
Our next story comes to us from Bristol Live. The Loch Ness Monster has defied explanations since its very first recorded sighting in the year 565. However, a UK professor...
565?
565 AD, also known as CE.
Also PN, pre-Northman.
Yep. Pre-Northman. That's what I was about to say.
This was before the Northmen, but
that's right.
This is around the time of the Northmen, I think, isn't it? 565?
About 400 years prior to.
Yeah. I wonder if the Northmen could have fought the Loch Ness Monster. Do you think he would have won? If he had that magic, if he had that badass sword, I bet he would have. Maybe not without the sword.
If he had Excalibur?
No, it wasn't Excalibur. It was...
it's the sword.
Oh, from the North. I haven't seen it. I'm supposed to see it on Wednesday.
If he had that Earth Witch helping him, he'd probably be okay.
Earth Witch helping him.
Yeah.
However, a UK professor of molecular ecology at the University of Derby believes he has solved the mystery.
Oh, shit.
What is it for the low price of $10 million from the government? Is that what this...
He's giving this away for free.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's something to it then.
His new theory is sightings... His new theory is that sightings of the Loch Ness Monster were actually observations of whale penises.
I can see that.
The professor wrote that, quote, back in the day, travelers/explorers would draw what they saw. This is where many sea monster stories came from, i.e. tentacled alien-esque appendages emerging from the water, giving belief to something more sinister lurking beneath.
Pretty sinister if you ask me, though. Well, it's not voyeurism. What's the opposite of where you have to flash yourself? Exhibitionism?
Yes,
exhibition,
that's it.
Yeah.
And that's not healthy.
However, in many cases, it was just whale dicks, unquote. He further elaborated, quote, whales often mate in groups, so while one male is busy with the female...
Tight.
The other male just pops his dick out of the water while swimming around, waiting his turn.
Hell
Makes
yeah.
sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. To keep it warm, I guess.
I bet it's like wearing like really silky boxers or something.
Yeah.
Like you get it out of the water and the wind kind of keeps everything exciting for you while you're waiting.
Because it's probably got to be warmer outside than in the...
that water's cold. That's going to lead to some shrinkage.
No, haven't you guys ever gotten out? It's always colder out of the water than in the water, right? At first, at least. That's why you get the shivers.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But maybe it's the opposite for a sea creature, though.
It's true.
We're land-based. A whale, as you know, is sea-based and a mammal.
Wait.
And
a lot of people think that they're fish, but I don't know if people listening right now.
Our listeners know.
I don't know. Maybe some of them don't. Maybe some of their like goofy ass fucking cousins are in the car with them.
Oh, that's true. They're learning something today.
Do whales, like dolphins, also use dead fish as sex toys?
Did not get into that in this story of whale dicks.
And haven't we talked about translating whales at one point?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We have.
That's it. Exactly.
The professor who bypassed publishing his new theory in a journal and instead introduced it on Twitter, where he was now amassed more than 10,000 followers, though his theory has received...
That's what I've been doing wrong. I've been stuck at fucking about 4,500 because I don't talk about whale dicks enough.
Well, you know, you're talking about him now. Go follow Mike Wiebe.
Yeah, at Mike Wiebe on Twitter. Now that Elon Musk owns it, it's fucking going to be better than ever. It's going to be a healthier fucking atmosphere more than ever.
No, nothing but whale dick pics.
Though his theory has received mixed feedback, but the professor later confirmed that Loch Ness connects to the ocean through the river Ness, but he said no whales have ever been reported in it.
Yeah, that's about to say. I don't think there's any whales in the loch.
Well, maybe they just swim up there to get their kicks. Like that's just where they go to party and then they leave.
Yeah, that's their carnival, where they go have orgies and gangbangs. The world's largest gangbang.
What a disappointing pornographic film that would be. Just a bunch of whales.
Yeah,
that's a weird genre of pornography anyway.
Whale porn?
Yeah. Nah, the whole like I guess we don't need to get into it, but it is. It seems like it should be more niche than it apparently is based on the sheer volume of offerings.
Okay.
But
it's like an endurance contest. I guess it's just like weird that it's like sex wrapped up in it, you know?
Yeah.
So in like, I think it was 1999, I was in
the world's largest gangbang?
I was in the world's...
Heaven!
No, this is related
to that. What number were you?
I was at the Sundance Film Festival, and they had a documentary about the woman who was in the world's... Like, the world record holder for the world's largest gangbang.
Yeah.
And I met her, and all I can tell you really is she was very sweet, she was very short, and she had really bad teeth.
Yeah. She was the first one.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Annabella Chong.
Yes, yeah. And but after her, whatever number she had, I don't remember, but like whatever number she got has been like just dwarfed by like every year somebody tries to beat it, and it's just like insane. Like I don't know, I think like there was a girl named Houston that got it one year.
Houston, it's pronounced Houston.
God damn it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce that word when it's slathered in cum. But I don't. But yeah, no. I think it's like I don't know. Are you looking it up? What's the number now? It's got to be
I can
crazy.
Try to, hold on.
It's got to be like whatever the number is now is like fucking nuts. Like just like unnet. You know,
well, it also begs a lot of questions that I think are only going to depressing. Like, what is it? What are the actual standards and rules to make it be an official count? Right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
are there water breaks? Can you eat?
I don't know if there's like penetration
food
or whatever. I mean, if it's just penetration, or if someone has to climax, or
in '99 it was 300, but the newest record I can find is from 2017, and that says 919.
God damn!
Wow.
Sent by Lisa Sparks, and then Sparks is written with 3 X's at the end.
Yeah, She's not trying to spell that name correctly.
No. Or maybe she was just born for it, and that's her true last name.
That's what I think.
Yeah, like a guy named Buckner. I was trying to think of a baseball guy's name. There's some people I've heard. There's some like famous baseball guy who's like, this is the most baseball guy name ever.
Johnny Baseball Thrower? Is that? Yeah, that's a good one.
So our last story, I think this was submitted to us by Dave Sherrill, and then I didn't write down his name. The great Dave Sherrill. And then I asked him.
The only good thing ever to come out of Ohio.
You know, he's from Fort Worth.
But
outside of Fort Worth.
He's been to Ohio. He went with her.
Yeah, he lives in Ohio, but he didn't come out of Ohio.
Friend of that frog.
Oh, the Loveland frog.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he couldn't remember if he sent this, and I couldn't remember if he sent this, but it might have come from Dave Sherrill.
Could you imagine the Loveland frog on the back of a javelina?
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ. Wait, is that the one? Is Loveland frog the one that has the wand? Yeah, I remember.
The classic
the
magician frog. Yeah.
Yeah, listen to, I don't remember what story that was, or episode that was around, I want to say 25 or so.
Right.
Yeah.
It was an Ohio episode.
One of the most frightening INS stories we've ever had.
Yes.
It was definitely one of the stories that really kept me up late.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And if you don't know, let's just say that if you're ever driving down a road late at night and you see a 3-foot frog creature wearing a conical hat with stars and moons on it and a robe adorned the same way, holding a magic wand with a moon at the end of it, waving it at you, you need to turn around.
You need to turn the fuck around.
That fucking frog.
So this story comes to us not from Utah, or not from Ohio, but from Utah. Specifically, KUTV, CBS Channel 2 in Salt Lake City.
The polygamy capital of North America.
Know about that, but...
it's got to be, right? Utah? Come on.
I don't know if Salt Lake. It's probably little towns out and about around Salt Lake.
Well, maybe the town we're talking about.
Okay, then.
A tragedy recently occurred in the small city of Washington, Utah. A woman is accused of crashing her car into 2 cyclists, killing both, and then driving away in a hit and run.
It's her husband and sister wife.
Those 2 men on the bicycles.
They don't let women ride bicycles in Utah.
That's right. You'd have to put on pants.
Yeah. Gets caught up in the spokes.
That's right.
The dress.
Police arrested the suspect, who then informed them she, quote, began to uncontrollably defecate on herself while driving, so she swerved. She also told police she knew she hit 2 individuals, but she couldn't get her car to stop. Apparently, the woman claims she has a history of irritable bowel syndrome, which caused her to, quote, defecate on herself without warning.
Is that what irritable bowel syndrome does?
I don't think so.
I think it just makes your bowels hurt.
Yeah.
They're all rumbly and painful.
Right.
And
yeah, that's what I thought too. I didn't know that it made you have
uncontrollable
spontaneous dukes.
It just won't stop coming out.
That's a good nickname. Spontaneous dukes.
The arrest report also states the woman failed all sobriety tests.
Well, I think we're burying the lead there. I think that.
Well, no, she was having spontaneous dukes and couldn't pass the field sobriety test.
Oh, that's
I'm sure it was ongoing.
Yeah, maybe the irritable bowel, probably some of it got stuck up in there and tainted her blood.
Try saying the alphabet backwards while shitting on yourself. I dare you.
Well, let me go for it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me get one thing started. Okay, and we're going Z, Y, X, W, V, U.
Keep going.
T.
Wait, you stopped.
S. That's all I got. I would be real bad at that. I hope, man, I should learn that backwards in case I ever get pulled over. But I don't ever want to get pulled over. Actually, I should just not drive drunk ever. But
right. I don't know that anyone's ever been asked to do that. I'm not sure.
I just asked Mike to do it.
I suspect that that's not a real thing.
What do they got you doing? They got you walking the line. They got you doing the thing with your eyeballs, doing the light with your eyeballs. They got you doing one verse from a Tupac song, I think. And there's the obvious is, do they breathalyze you at the scene? Is that a thing that they do?
Yeah, they could do that.
But they take their blood, they make you go back to the station, right?
Yes.
Or sometimes they have a big like fucking paddy wagon there, and they just take your blood.
I heard they just beat a confession out of you. That's
I heard that if you can fire twirl, they'll light 2 things on fire with chains on them, and if you can do an act impressive enough, that there's no way you could be hammered drunk.
Well, then that's what you need to practice, not saying the alphabet backwards.
Yeah.
Work on that.
Well, what if like as the police pulled you over, you chugged a big thing of pure alcohol and then blew a big fireball to show off how impressive your skills were going to be during the challenge, and then when they gave you a breathalyzer, you'd be like, well, that's from all the alcohol I just lit on fire.
All you got to do is go, listen, do you know who my dad is? And you tell them who your dad is, and they'll go, oh, shit, well.
My dad is retired and worked in a factory.
Right.
Oh, well, I mean, if you have a good dad.
He did all
Make
right.
up a dad. Make up a dad.
That's a mean thing to say.
Listen, listen, I'm not talking about my real dad. I mean, you just go like, no,
you're attacking Kevin. I don't know why.
No, listen, you go over there and go, they're like, hey, you seem like you're swerving all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, I was. Do you know who my dad is? And I go, who? And you go, what kind of car do you have? And he goes, it's a cop. And he's like, undercover though. He's like, oh, it's a PT Cruiser. And you're like, my dad's Paul Thomas Cruiser.
Oh, I never knew that's what.
Just say the cop was in a PT Cruiser,
right?
Paul Thomas Cruiser, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
It was going to be Tommy.
What kind of gun?
Big bank account.
Before we continue this conversation, officer, what kind of gun do you have on there? He's like, "It's a Smith & Wesson." He's like, "Yeah." Oh, my dad's name John Smith. My mom's name Olive Wesson.
You say olive because of Wesson oil?
Well, that's where that came from.
No, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, this truly is. This is a news show for everyone involved, not just the listener. I learned a lot just hearing from you, Mike. Thank you for all that you bring to the table.
It's all verified. I want to point out everything that Mike says is verified.
The other thing too, I was going to say, I probably wouldn't remember all this if I wasn't on first. I didn't have a big cup of monkey mind mulch right before I sat down. And all you got to do, promo code full of fur.
Full of fur.
Get 11% off an order of $62.99 or more. That offer is only good probably for the next 3 hours after hearing this podcast.
Is it 3 easy payments of?
Yeah, we can do payments.
Okay.
Just give us your credit card number. And we can do a payment stitch.
Right. Does that get you a subscription?
Oh, well, no, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you please, I mean, you're going to be getting emails. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, read them. And that if you hit unsubscribe, it will not work.
So, this episode drops on May 4th. Does anybody have anything coming up?
Oh, May the 4th be with you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no. I should have had a Star Wars.
You should have had a Star Wars story. Yes, actually, as a matter of fact, if you're listening to this in California, on May the 5th, I will be playing with the Riverboat Gamblers in San Diego with the Swinging Utters and Manic Hispanic. And then on the 6th, we're going to be... Okay, yeah, the 5th is in San Diego. The 6th is in Santa Ana at the observatory. And then the 7th, I'm going to be doing...
Is that an actual observatory, or is that just a place called the Observatory?
No, it's just a club called the Observatory. We're not... Cool. I wish we were at the Griffith Observatory, where James Dean had a knife fight in the hit film Rebel Without a Cause. But the next night, I will be down the street from the Griffith Observatory and several miles away on the street at the Good Heroin Show It's a comedy show, one of the coolest shows in LA that Dave Ross hosts. I'll be doing that, and that's all fun stuff for all of us to see, enjoy, and take part in.
I'll pipe in here for the listener who is maybe thinking, I live close to San Diego, or I'm in San Diego, or I could probably make that drive. And then when you listed off the other things you were doing, maybe they distance from that thought a little bit. They should totally make the drive. That'd be a great show.
It's worth the drive.
I mean, that's a hell of a show. Where in San Diego is it? I
can tell you really quickly. It's the Music Box.
Oh, nice. The Music Box. Okay.
The Music Box in San Diego. And hey, San Diegans, we are going to be hanging out on May 4th in San Diego. So if there's something cool to do, please hit me up.
Y'all can all go to the zoo together.
Maybe go to the zoo group. What was the woman's name from the San Diego Zoo that was on Carson all the time? Joan Embry.
Yeah.
Joan Embry, right.
She'll be there.
She put a baby orangutan on Johnny Carson's head.
Yep. She had a lemur and urinated.
Ground that orangutan up into a nutritional shake.
No, surely that orangutan is still alive. Outlasted Johnny Carson, probably.
Yeah, orangutans live a long time, huh?
Yeah.
They're immortal.
That's where the amulet comes from.
That little secret. There is a certain area of the Congo where that amulet came from, and let's just say I had to mulch a lot of monkeys in order to get it to pry it from one of their cold, furry hands.
So that wraps up another week at the International News Service. Find us across social media at International News Pod. Email us at internationalnewspod@gmail.com. If you want more javelinas in your life, just remember, they're attracted by the sounds of INS. Check out the INS merch store at Redbubble and our Patreon. We'll see you next week.
Monkey Bye Mulch.
Thank you for listening to the International News Service. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. INS, the news you need.